Alright, so bought this dude for 25 bucks a couple weeks ago, about a month ago I guess. Runs great, nicely balanced, but I think I had ideas of maybe making this into a ivory wrinkle finish just for the heck of it, since the wrinkle finish is so beat up. But for right now, I think I'm gonna do a test on trying to paint these blades to look like, you know, the nice one here. This one's in pretty bad shape, but you know, it's nice enough that I really don't want to strip it unless this paint I'm gonna try to do works better. I'm gonna try to use this. It's a pretty good match actually for the color, so I don't know, you know, but I don't want to go doing it on that blade. It's still pretty nice. So take out, real simple how to if somebody doesn't know how to remove the blade on an Emerson. I'm gonna get gloves on because I'm tired of getting filthy. That. I'll do this. This thing is filthy, man. I don't know. I tried cleaning it a little bit with one of the crocodile wipes which works so well on that. And I don't know. I almost wonder if this one was black. Did they do a wrinkle finish AN? I didn't. Nope. There's the original color right there. There's the brown we're used to seeing. Yeah, this head wire is, man, it is toast. It is really stiff. So, really got no business running that anyway. All right, let's take out this screw. And even though we probably have a divot in the, can't quite see it in there. I need my flashlight. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if there's a divot. If not, we'll use our handy dandy awesome tool. I think there's a divot right there. So let's just see. Yeah, there's a divot. So we don't need to take this out. I was gonna use my awesome tool here that, these are great. These are threaded, and then I had this is a long set screw essentially. Had that welded onto here. I mean, this thing is, these are great. Probably should do that anyway, as opposed to using the divot, but let's just see if the divot works. And you know, I'm not sure if the cages on these were the same color as the blades. Kind of looks like it, but kind of not, you know? I don't know. That thing is pretty toast. All right, so let's find the divot. Just had it. There's a little divot in there in the stator, and you can kind of bump it up against this. Ah, there it is. Same direction it spins to remove the blade on an Emerson. But yeah, if I couldn't get it to go, I would have used that tool I just showed you to thread into this hole only and essentially lock the stator in place, because you know the blade screws right onto the stator, the rotor. I'm sorry, I'm saying stator. Yay. Wow, that's the first time that the fiber washer or the leather washer ever, I don't know if that's original or not. It's not in great shape, but usually they don't just pop off like that. So now I'm thinking, I'm gonna try to essentially clean that blade off. Well, remove the paint with lacquer thinner and then prime it. Although, you know, the paint going directly on top of this aluminum, I think, is partly what gives it the sort of bright metal-escent look that I don't think I'm gonna get going on top of a primer, a gray primer. This thing is pretty toast. It's a little bit more metallic-y and a little less brown, although, you know, I think it'll be good enough for just a kind of a workshop kind of fan. For a test. Anyway. Alright, so that's basically how you get the blade off an Emerson. Okay, so removing the old nasty paint off this AN blade, and got the front pretty decent. What I'm doing, I've gone through a bunch of these, but not too many. What I like to do is take the used ones and do this, because these things are really great. It's sort of like using a gel-based paint remover that stays on, although I'm just using lacquer thinner. So I do that, splash it, and then I sort of douse it and let it sit a minute. That'll come right off. Let's do another one here around the hub, because the hub is, the paint's sticking way better to the hub, because it's iron or steel. Okay, just give it a minute. Works really quick. Don't get too close, I don't want to splash it. And then, you know, I'll get a clean one, and I'm probably going to wet sand these. There's some little divots and pits in them and stuff, but anyway, that's a neat little trick. Again, using these WebGrow handy pads. We use these in conservation, so you can get them on Amazon. All right, using a zip wall pole. Of course, you got to have a hole in your driveway. Just had this thing way up high so I could nicely spray the underside. Now I'm gonna do the top. Got it adjusted down. Man, why can't paint go on as nice as primer? This is just the SEM etching primer. Assuming that'll be okay on aluminum. Well, I guess base clear goes on like primer, now that I think about it. All right, well, it's a little too dark brown, I think. It's funny, it actually, where you see it where it's a little light, it actually seems like a better match than where I've had to get heavy on it. So I don't know, but I like that it's not as metallic as I was worried it was gonna be. All right, gonna let it cook in the shed here. Keep the brown recluse company. Not bad at all. It's already dry to the touch pretty much. I can't believe it. Okay, well, I gotta say, the Rust-Oleum metallic rust worked out pretty doggone nice. I mean, I'm not a spray can paint job guy for the most part. I mean, I use it on some blades here and there, that's about it, but I would say that's pretty nice. I'm debating on putting like a satin clear coat on it just to kind of smooth it out, because right now it's just kind of got this textural thing going on. But wow, I mean, I'm very impressed. Dried quick. It's still just a little, I really shouldn't be handling it, but I mean, the hub looks fantastic. I was worried it was going to look a little too metallic-y. It's maybe a little more metallic than the original, but all in all, not bad for a spray can paint job. So I think that is a good solution for these AN model fans. Because, you know, rarely are the blades in perfect condition on these things. So this one was totally trashed, so decided to make this one the guinea pig.